Oh, hey, Michelle.
But she ain't clicked in yet. It's just the announcement. They announced her grandparents.
What are y'all doing?
Hanging out, waiting on you.
It's a long commute from the one room to the other. I got held up in traffic. His name is Waldo.
Yeah, but the dog got in the way.
Dog got in the way, little asshole. Robert knows all about that stupid dog.
Yeah, I like Waldo. I'm a big Waldo fan.
Waldo ate the wall yesterday.
Awesome.
I left him out of them, so he ate the wall.
Awesome.
He ate the wall.
He ate the wall. He ate the wall.
You better start feeding him.
My Zoom was acting up this morning. It was saying there was no meeting scheduled. I said, what the hell is up with Zoom today? I was thinking to myself, man, if something goes wrong today, you guys are going to come down here and whack me.
Nah.
I got other things to do besides whacking you, sorry.
Oh, well, thank God for that. Glad for your busy schedule.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, today is a busy day. So we got to work today?
Yeah.
Who's got to work? You got to work?
No, Revis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to pay the bills.
Got to pay the bills. Well, if you guys like, we can go ahead and get started. And I don't know what's going to happen at 9:10.
All right.
Because it doesn't say that there's a meeting today at all. So,
Who's got the music?
I don't have any music.
Music?
Somebody's got music because I'm hearing Timber by Keisha.
It's not coming from here.
Is it me? Oh, it's me.
Huh. Well, I didn't know we were having an interview with Miss Pot calling the kettles black.
It should be on. There it goes. I've been multitasking all morning.
That's great.
Like I was talking to Envy. I was trying to get Envy on here.
Yeah.
And Envy, you know Envy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
He's trying to put together something for people that were at Madison with Tom Tyndall.
Right.
So I was trying to get him on here, but he's all like, I'm camera shy.
Well, Saturday I am going up to Tampa. No, Sunday. Sunday I'm going to Tampa. And I'm going to be visiting somebody at Noah House, the halfway house up there that the parole commission funnels everybody through.
Yeah.
A real good friend of mine has been up there for a year. He EOSs from the Noah House in July. And he and I have the same birthday. And we were at Henry together, Belglade, and Sumter. So we haven't seen each other since 2002.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he paroled in July. So I'm going to go up there and hang out. And I'm bringing that up because chances are there's a whole vein of people up there that we can have on here talking about their reentry and their transition into society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Envy, he had gone through Noah, and he had a rough time for a little while.
Yeah.
He had a really rough time going back into the community and all, but he's been out 5 years now, so that's pretty awesome.
Right.
So this transition seems pretty successful.
Yeah.
It was touch and go for a little while.
Yeah.
It was touch and go for a little while, but he got it together. He got it shit together.
He beat the percentile, the recent.
Yeah.
Yes.
The percentage.
By like the skin of his teeth. But he did it regardless of the margin. Like he still did it. So, yeah, especially like between his two sentences was like a month.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for him. Very proud of him. Very happy. Very happy.
Well, let's see. Something that I wanted to talk about is, I've been checking out the comments both on our pages and on Josh's or our channel and the Lockdown 23-in-1 channel. And it seems so odd that I want to talk about free world stuff, and most of the viewers want to hear about prison stuff.
Yeah, mostly the violent stuff.
Yeah, you know, they want to hear about, and then, you know, the people, oh, he's lying. I mean, what am I lying about? And then there's the one guy who posts a link for the newspaper article about my crime, you know, and talks about me like, oh, he's terrible, it's grotesque, he's disgusting, you guys are so easily fooled. And, you know, and there was a lot of that in prison too, you know, a lot of that in prison where my supervisors would not know how much time I'd been locked up or how much time I had to do, because the way I acted just didn't really reflect that. And that goes to another one of the viewers that commented that they don't think I was in prison because I don't have PTSD.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You can't listen to the
but
trolls.
no,
You
no,
can't listen to them.
but it's just so weird that they associate like, oh, if you were in prison, you have got to be fucked up. If you're not fucked up, you weren't in prison. And now here's something really funny, right? Barry, you remember, I know you remember T-Red, right?
Yeah.
Okay, me and my homeboy T-Red, we were at Henry together, Charlotte together, and Belgrade together. So that's from 89 all the way to 96. We were at these 3 different camps together. And back then, I used to do a fair share of drinking. You know, I either made it or bought it from somebody who was getting it from the outside. And we were out on the rec yard, and we used to play this game of basketball one-on-one, where whenever somebody got to a derivative of 5, like if you got to 5 or 10 or 15, whenever somebody scored something that was divisible by 5, we would have timeout and have a cup of wine, you know, homemade buck. So as the game went on, it took a lot longer to score because we got drunker and drunker as the game went on, and we're playing full court. Well, one day we were just sitting out there drinking, and they called Housing 8 medication, which was the psych building.
Yeah.
And the line was so long, you'd think it was chow time. So the question that we asked ourselves was, are we crazy for not needing psych medication to deal with prison, or are they crazy for needing it? So,
Okay, let's be clear.
right?
As a psych provider, half of those people are chucking those pills anyway.
Oh, no, listen. You never were at Charlotte during these times. These guys weren't chucking it. You remember, Barry?
Then they were cheeking it and selling that shit.
No, they were getting high on it. Barry,
Exactly.
you remember Charlotte during those days, right?
They stockpile it. They
No.
stockpile it.
There were, listen,
Because they couldn't go get their medication.
there were some dudes that were some genuine bugs over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
We had one. It was interesting. He thought he was somebody really important in the army.
Right.
Really important. And he refused to take any meds. He didn't want meds. And the nurse practitioner was trying to insist that he take meds. I said, why would you ruin this guy and make him be in prison? He thinks he's like on some special mission. He don't bother nobody. He don't hurt nobody. He is coping quite well in prison because he's on a special mission. What you gonna ruin that for? Like, for real. That's just crazy.
Because it doesn't. It's a job with their sense of sanity, and plus they feel like they have different coping mechanisms, and if somebody else uses a different one, then they feel like, okay, we got to get you to a coping mechanism, which is medication.
well, at Charlotte during those times, there were some real live bugs. You remember Camel? You remember Joe Camel? You remember him, Barry, the one that used to dance all the time with the broken radio?
Yeah.
Listen, he had a radio with no guts in it. And he would dance. I mean, really, really dance all day long. One day he comes up to the poker table and he looks all sad. We said, what's up, Camel? You know what's going on? He's like, man, my headphones are broke. Can you get them fixed? So he gives them to me. So I take them in the dorm and put a little bit of Scotch tape on them and bring them back. And I say, here, man, I got it. It's all done. I said, hey, I got your brand new battery. He put them on, went to hearing the music. Thanks, man, and started dancing again. You know what I mean? And there was a guy that used to play football by himself. I mean, take the snap, drop back, throw the ball, run out there, catch it. Sometimes, and you knew when he caught it because he would keep going, but sometimes he would jump up and he would hit the ground and he would get up and dust himself off and walk back to the huddle so you know he missed the ball. You know, sometimes he would get sacked. You know, it was just, he was just doing his thing. So, I mean, there were some dudes over there.
When we were a psych camp, Some of the ones that we shipped off for being crazy before we were psych camp came back from TCUs and CSUs back to Madison.
Yeah.
We had some real bugs, real bad bugs. It was something else. Yeah.
But as I was saying though, I just find it so odd that people, you know, have their own idea that if a person goes to prison for a certain amount of time, they have to act a certain way. And if not, then it can't be that this other person who's never been to prison has a misconception of what it is. It has to be that we are phony and fake, you know? I mean, can't they be wrong about something they may not know enough about to have a decision, have an opinion?
Well, Robert, they met that one person that was angry when they got out of prison.
No, they see
and
movies.
That's their reference for everything else.
They see movies and TV.
They see that as well.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's the conversation I get a lot. Where a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, I watch them prison movies, and I see that they do this and they do that and they do this, and I'm like, listen, that's glorified and dramatized." I say that's not reality.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
But that's also the stories that get the most views on all these channels are always the violent ones.
of course.
Yeah.
It fits the stereotype. It fits the stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they can say, look at those animals in there.
Exactly. They belong there. That's where they belong.
Yep.
And see, the other thing is, it's easier. And see, this is where I fault a lot of society, and it goes across a lot of different occupations, especially the prosecutors, right? When we, as juveniles and as individuals, were going back for resentencing, you know, there is specified case law that says it is the court's responsibility to view the defendant as he stands before the court on that day.
Yeah.
See, so, you know, as a matter of convenience, the prosecutors, they want to disregard everything that happens after the crime. All they want to focus on is the crime, you know? And one of the things that I said is that, you know, the prosecutors, they put on this front that they're upset. I'm upset that this guy is even here. It's an injustice that this guy is even here to be resentenced, you know? And the crazy thing is, the two biggest objections I have to that line of strategy is, number one, a prosecutor is an officer of the court, and they took an oath to protect the rights of citizens. And even though this group of people committed a crime, and, you know, we can get to the basis of that. A crime is violating somebody else's rights, you know, and all of us violated somebody's rights along the way. Even then, we still have rights. And the Supreme Court decided that we have a right to be resentenced. So for a prosecutor to stand up there and say, I don't even know why he's here today, it's an injustice. I mean, damn, every first-year law student knows why we're here today. You know, and the second thing is, if all I ever did was commit the crime that sent me to prison, the worst thing I ever did in my life, the worst decision I ever made, if that's all I ever did, and if that's all the prosecutor's responsibility is to isolate that incident, then okay, I get it. It's their job to see me as the law says I'm supposed to be seen. You know? So...
But it's not a retrying of the case.
It's not.
That was a big issue too.
Right,
They
it's
keep trying
not.
to make it a retrying of the case.
It's not.
Excuse me 1 minute, I have to kick Waldo out.
Oh, man. God damn it, Waldo.
He's too much.
See, Waldo, that's why we can't have any good things around here.
No, and now he's going to eat the wall, because that's how he rolls. I
Well,
was trying to placate him, but it's not working.
It's
He's
a...
trying to climb up
Listen,
my lap.
if you'd have named him Chair, though, he'd eat the chairs.
It's 'cause you named him Waldo.
I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying, responsibility where it's due. You named him Waldo.
True, I will change his name, but wait, I like my chairs too.
We'll call him Cardo. No, because then they'll be puking and shitting everywhere. You know when they eat grass, it's bad.
Outside.
Hey, you know what his name is? Wait, I just heard it. He said his name is Gusto.
Yes, it's good. Barry, this dog chases down my geese. Like, it's awful.
Hey, he doesn't.
Carries them back.
He doesn't bite him like this though, right? He just goes
No.
ah.
Yeah. This dog is something else.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. A little Waldo break.
Your dog likes to chase ducks?
Yeah, she got a thing against ducks. They like to turn it.
What kind of dog you got?
It's a little. She's a matter of fact, where she at?
This is like dog show and tell.
There it is.
Robert, where's your dog?
I don't have a dog yet. I am going to get one, and I'm going to name him Odd Job.
Odd job?
Yeah.
I like that. What's your dog's name?
Little bit.
Little bit. I like that too.
Yeah. First, a house. I live in an apartment, luxury apartments, and they're okay, but there's so many people here with these big ass dogs, Great Danes, pit bulls, a couple of huskies, and I mean, they say big dogs don't move around a lot, but still, I just can't see having a big dog like that in a little area like this.
Yeah, they take up a lot of space.
Yeah, there's a dog park like not even a mile from here, but still.
Great Danes are lazy though.
Yeah.
We had a Rottweiler Mastiff mix, and that dog really didn't care about moving too much.
Yeah. You must wait to turn around. I feel him. Sometimes I feel that way.
He was 130 pounds, so he was like a person.
Yeah.
He was pretty awesome.
Speaking of weight, a couple funny things happened. I got these collapsible chairs from Walmart. They only cost $5, right? And I thought, wow, this is great. They're the ones that they're like 4 posters, and you pull the 1, 2, 3, 4. You pull them apart, and they open up like canvas with a little cup holder. Well, I was sitting in one looking at the canvas bag that it comes in, a little nylon bag, and it says maximum weight capacity 225. And I thought, I think I left that behind a couple of pounds ago. I was afraid of trying to get it out of this chair anymore. I might have to get a bigger chair. And the other thing, and this might sound really bad. The place is opened up, so Mom and I went to one place to eat yesterday. We went to Denny's, so Mom enjoyed being able to sit down and eat. We were the only ones in the whole restaurant. Everybody else was coming for takeout. We were there eating in, and then we went to an ice cream place. And I'm not going to name the ice cream place because my mom always gets chocolate with chocolate on top of chocolate. So the lady says, what would you like? And we're in an ice cream parlor, and the lady was overweight. So I figured, here's a lady that eats a lot of ice cream. So I said, well, whatever you like, I'll give it a try. So I ended up getting a different flavor, some exotic stuff, some fruity coconut mix. So Mom was like, why did you let her tell you what kind of ice cream to eat? So I said, Mom, look at her. It looks like she knows her job. What? Got a big person in an ice cream shop. She's got to know what's good in here, right? And the ice cream was pretty good. I had pineapple coconut, and it was pretty good.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
51 flavors, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure she tried them all. Yeah. Yeah, she looked like she
I
knew.
love me some ice cream.
Ooh.
And I don't think I'm a big girl.
No, but if you,
I can tell you some good flavors. I can tell you the good brands.
yeah.
I love me some ice cream.
If you walked into an auto parts store and there was a guy with grease on his hands, he'd be the guy you'd ask some advice on working on your car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go into an ice cream shop, I see a big girl, I'm going to ask her what's her favorite flavor, because I'm sure she knows. That's all.
She's been putting in up due diligence.
She's been putting in some work. Yeah, she's been putting in some work.
It's wrong. Oh man.
And back to what you were saying about the hearings with the prosecutors, their biggest argument is always, well, the victim doesn't get a chance to come back and this and that. Okay, by me being in prison, they still don't get to come back to me.
Right. But see, and look, in no way am I trying to diminish anything, okay? It's a given that we all committed a crime. That's why we're there. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to say once you get past that, but I mean, that is a constant. It's not a variable. It's a constant, you know,
Yeah.
and
It doesn't go away.
no, it never does. And see, that's the part with the parole commission. Do you know that every time you go for your parole, they evaluate your crime, evaluate your crime, evaluate your crime. They always talk about the details of the crime, you know, and I hate to say it, but the crime is never going to change,
Yep.
you know.
So the situation is never going to change.
Right. You know, the crime is never going to change. And I know a lot of dudes in prison that are straight assholes. However, there also are a lot of guys in prison that deserve an opportunity to at least be looked at least get a fair shot at maybe another chance in the free world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what when I did the video that's over on Listless Genius TV, my other channel, when I talked about citizen of prison, you know, I got into that, where I talked about, you know, giving guys a second chance. Yeah.
And like I said, I'm gonna say that everybody is, well, I can't say nobody's deserving of a second chance. You know, you got some people that will probably really mess it up, so you got to kind of evaluate. But
Right.
for the most part, especially after people do long sentences, it's the last thing they want.
Sure. And really, you know, there's a lot of dudes in prison right now that are screw ups, may not be screw ups if they had a constructive and a realistic chance to do something positive and be accounted for on that side, you know? So when a lot of guys think that they've got nothing to live for, they've got nothing to lose, they've got nothing to gain, they're just doing dead time.
So they act like that.
Yeah.
They act accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you got some that they're just like one of my people that I worked with wound up getting killed at Union. And the two people that killed him, they both have multiple murders in the community.
Right.
One of them, he actually was the Ocala killer, where he went in the Ocala National Forest and hunted people.
Right.
The other one killed his entire family, and he's been trying to get the death penalty from the get-go. And both of them have multiple murders in prison. They're not safe anymore for the prison environment. And they're definitely not even safe to come out. They're definitely not safe to come out. I can't imagine a time that people like that could ever be safe for the community.
Right. But see,
They're not even safe for prison.
guys like that, you know, when you have multiple episodes, then you're not even talking about a second chance for those guys. You'd be talking about a fifth and sixth and eighth chance, you know,
Yeah.
but there are guys who fit a profile of, I mean, okay, the opposite of Barry and I, you know, we committed crimes when we were young. What about the guy who was 35 or 37 years old and never had any kind of criminal activity and ends up having a violent crime? You know?
There was one at Madison where he had killed his wife and his children still supported him.
Right.
And he was in his 50s, no prior history, no
Right.
nothing. And
I've seen that a lot. I've seen the guys that catch their wife doing something and take matters into their own hands. I mean, but there's a lot of different circumstances. I mean, look right now. Look with the coronavirus, right? Look right now. I take my mom out. You know, I drive my mom around Broward County, and we always stop. There's certain Baskin Robbins that we stop at. There's certain McDonald's that we go to, you know, and she enjoys the routine of having a place like that. And sometimes when I go in and come back out, she'll have the door to the truck open. And I say, Mom, don't do that while I'm gone. You know, keep the door closed. And the reason I say that is because, you know, there's a saying that a lock is what makes sure most honest men stay honest. You know, where if the door was open or the gate was open, maybe not so much. And especially in this time, you know, it's been 50 something days since a lot of people have had any meaningful work. And that kind of desperation, you know, will turn some usually honest guys into criminals. You know, it's a situational thing. And
Especially if you come into contact with the wrong person,
yeah,
start offering these lucrative benefits.
sure.
from
And
everybody.
And some guys get desperate and they stop looking at the big picture and all they're thinking about is food in their belly tonight or something to feed their kids today. You know what I'm saying? And those are more than extenuating circumstances. I mean, these are realistic situations that some people just don't have the tools to deal with. And what happens if this guy commits an armed robbery? You know, right now in the height, he hasn't received the stimulus check. He hasn't received, I mean, a friend of mine just got his first unemployment check. Just got his first unemployment check, you know, and he was running out of money. So what happens to these guys if they commit a violent crime like an armed robbery, a smash and grab, something? You know, what is he going to do? Tell the judge, man, I was hungry? Tell the prosecutor I was hungry? I hadn't fed my kid in a day?
This is the problem that I have when we try to compare prison systems with other countries, like a lot of the European countries. They have a really solid social safety net.
Right.
So they're not releasing them back into a community where there is high unemployment, that they are deeming them as a felon forever, that they're unable to get a basic standard of living. Like in the United States, we don't have universal health care. We do not have a basic standard of living.
Mhm.
So when we're releasing people, we're releasing them into circumstances that are radically different than, you know, they try to compare our prison system to like Norway or Sweden or something like that.
Right.
It's radically different. The risk factors are different. We have a bigger gap between the wealthy and the poor. So right there, you're increasing risk factors for crime. If you keep people in poverty, you're going to increase crime.
Of
That's
course.
insane.
And right now, poverty is forced on a lot of guys right now.
I'm getting ready to head to the hospital.
All right, Barry.
All righty.
Y'all hold the fort now.
Yeah.
That's next week this time.
No, on Thursday. On
Thursday.
Robert.
Thursday.
On Thursday.
Thursday.
Wake up and realize that it's not Wednesday.
Listen, everybody, we were supposed to do this yesterday. Today's Friday. We were supposed to do it yesterday. I blew it. It's on me. My bad.
All right, y'all. Enjoy, man.
Yeah.
All right, Barry. Good luck with everything.
See you later.
Thank you.
Hey, see you later.